Hello, greetings, this is Gilles Mancier. I wanted to come and greet you today. I'm going to make this short video. I wanted to say that, to ask you if you care to participate, is to begin to, or to continue to envision a world of peace for all. In order to prepare this golden age, we have to imagine a world where peace and serenity and brotherhood and respect, where all people can live together in peace and respect of the planet, respect of each other. And so it is important to hold that in our vision center in order to, the more we are able to do that collectively, the faster those things will be able to manifest and unfold, for there will be change that will be happening that, on the inner and outer planes, that will create that that synergy, because all the great philosophy, whether be religious or non-religious, are all ultimately coming towards that point of communion, of brotherhood. And so we can all, no matter what our belief system may be, we can all come together in the office, in the blessings of the office of Christ. For the office of Christ is not an individual; it is a collective intelligence that makes this whole universe works. The very little is known about it. It's mainly the angels and the archangels, but there are countless other forms of spirit beings that are participating in the well-being of that collective evolution of our local universe. For as we connect, we are able to hold that vision, and we are able to make that knowledge more secure within ourselves, and our faith and our trust is growing and becomes more and more each and every day. For the essence of what we are seeking to do is to connect to our inner voice, to make our inner connection solid enough so that we can move from moment to moment within the knowing that we are guided, we are being led, we are able to receive that wisdom from the higher plane. And so it is about developing our inner presence. The inner presence, it's actually, the connection is in the heart, but it's also happening within the mind. It is the mind is really the associate of the heart, and so as we let go of our dual energy, because we live in a world where positive and negative energy are opposing themselves continuously. Yet there is a higher perspective where all is one, and all this duality comes from the one. And so we want to reconnect to that one, knowing that it is our essence to merge into that frequency of love, and then we'll be able to create and to move into a new age of wisdom, of harmony in the planet, and we'll be able to make the adjustments that are needed in order to elevate the quality of life for everyone on the planet. I wanted to give a little exercise, if you would care to. Maybe you've done that before, you already know, or if you care to, if it's useful for you, is that when you seek to do meditation, invite the Buddha to do that, to meditate with you, to sit with you, and if you stay long enough, 15, 20 minutes, half an hour, 1 hour, you will see the more you are able to connect to that frequency, that energy, that stillness, the more you will be able to sense the Buddha's presence to assist you in establishing that connection to those higher planes. In the same vein, when you walk on the streets, invite the Christ to walk with you. For those beings are here in service, and so they're always available. And so the more you are able to do that, the more you will be able to see life through a different perspective. You will see the love that is the human. We are all from one family, although we seem to ignore one another. For we still live in this with those heavy veils of forgetfulness, but the Christ will remind us of that. He's a great master who's came to reveal the divine will of God. If you feel in any way or shape in danger, call on the Archangel Michael, the beloved Michael. He will come with his legion, and you will feel his presence. He will protect you. He will also inspire you. He will give you strength, and is a wonderful initiator. So you can call on any the Archangel or call on to your guides. For of course you're always surrounded by the presence of Spirit. Or when you have tea, if you're having tea with people that are within the belief of a supreme being, you can make it consciously to invite God to to have tea with you, for God is always there, but to invite Him makes it a conscious connection more solid. Or if people are not into those frequency of accepting the presence of the Creator, just do that within your mind. Invite the Creator, for you can do that at any time. The Creator should always be welcome within your life. He is your source, He is your power. And so I hope those exercises will be able to you will be able to work with those exercises, and they will be good to assist you, and you will feel the love, you will feel the connection, and you will grow with those connections. Of course, you can use any ascended master, any higher frequency of being that you feel is appropriate for you in relation to your belief and your comfort zone. I won't make this message too long. Personally, I'm rereading The Keys of Enoch right now. It is a wonderful, wonderful book. And so right now, the card of the day is to create, to use your creative nature, for creation is our nature. We are the creator, we are the creators of our life. So the more we trust and move with this creation, this which is our life, the more we are able to unfold and discover new ways of being creative. As an activity in this world, so I'm a painter. I've done a lot of. I've been painting for many years. And so I have to, because those paintings take a very long time, I have to spend a lot of hours every day painting. And so while I'm doing that, I was at some point I was doing it in silence, but eventually I came to use in audiobook the book of Urantia, because I've read it in French, English, and papers, but it's kind of nice to be repeated. Some books that are very dense in information should be, in order to integrate them, you need to read it more than once. And sometimes it is easier to use the audiobooks because it is less. First, you can do something else and still listen to it. Or when you travel, it's kind of, sometimes it takes a lot of energy to read. But if you can download some of your favorite books or things that you wish to read, you can download it in audio forms. You can listen to it while you travel. And so I was reading essentially a lot of the Urantia book, but then recently I thought I decided to do all sorts of books, and so some of them but some of them are in French, like I did some Flaubert and Voltaire, but I did 1001 Nights. It's a wonderful book. Da Vita Nuovo, or Dante Alighieri, The Divine Comedy, also did that. The Vita Nuovo there is a really good, on YouTube, a good translation by Gabriel Rossetti, who's an English painter from the 18th century. I also did The Animal Farm of George Orwell. Those are some of the books I recommend, and you go with whatever you find interesting. I did twice 1984, for this is a marvelous book. If you understand the code within that 1984, the second part, the 9th chapter, there is the very powerful theories and practice of the collective oligarchism, and this explains the whole programming systems of all the dark forces. As you understand those forces, you can deactivate them and no longer be subject to them. Then I did L'Iliade of Homer, the poet, the Odysseus, the Odyssey of Homer also. Those are very long, but the works and the days of Hesiod, the happy life of Sénèque. Right now I'm doing the Republic of Platon, and the Apogee of Socrates. If you can read that, it's a very small book. It is about the trial of Socrates. Wonderful. And then I did a couple more of Plutarch. And I'm going to finish with just this idea of temperance. Temperance is the idea of keeping things in balance, keeping things in harmony, and within the Republic of Plato, it's a magnificent understanding. It's 7 philosophers that are getting together in order to create an ideal state, to reflect upon the ideas that are on the condition of what would create the ideal states. Essentially, Plato does not appear; he's just a writer, and it is essentially a message, a communication, essentially between Socrates and Glucon, the brother of Plato. And at some point, they come into the idea of temperance. So temperance, the Glaucon explains. It says, well, so it means being master of yourself. And so Socrates, who's always has to contradict everything in order to find the wisdom. For they're looking for good and the highest good. They're always looking for wisdom within all their discussion. Comes to say, well, if there is a master of yourself, that means you have to be slave of yourself. You're also slave of yourself. There cannot be a master if there is no slave. And so, but then he expands. He says, within the human soul, there are two parts. There is an enlightened part, a part that is light, and a part that is dark. When the part that is dark is dominant, you are slave of yourself. When the light part is dominant, you become master of yourself. And so it is a wonderful, wonderful book. It's just a little insert of something that's just a little funny kind of discourse. I thought I bring it up to them, just going through it. It's all the Greek and Latin philosophers are really deep and powerful. Some of them are more aligned with the style of what I'm looking for, but I'm still exploring with all those. And I just recommend that you seek whatever you're looking for. But there are really a lot of audiobooks. If you don't have time to read, it is kind of good to choose a book. Sometimes there are small books that you can just listen to, and then you get whatever you can just choose whatever you like from that. Well, I wish you a wonderful day. I send my love and blessings, and I hope this message was interesting for you. I'll talk to you later. Namaste.